Let me give you a quick demo of how to use the Fnirsi DSO152. A couple of things to note before we start. This scope only has a maximum input voltage of 40 volts, so if you exceed it, you could damage your scope. If you use the lead that comes with it, it contains a 10 times attenuator, so if you're measuring a 60 volt circuit, it'll drop it down to 6 volts. And this is only a one-channel scope, so while it could be used for some diagnostics, I feel like it's more useful in learning how to use a scope. So let's measure a few circuits on this mass airflow sensor. So before we test this circuit, we need to know what voltage this circuit operates on. That way we know how to set the oscilloscope up. So I know on my mass airflow sensor signal circuit, it operates on a 5 volt circuit. So you can use the wheel right here on top to cycle through the menu at the bottom. And we're going to go over to the voltage scale right here. And then you can use the up and down arrows to change the voltage scale. So for this scope, the voltage scale correlates with the grid lines you see right here. So with it set on 1 volt, that means each graduation up on each grid line is going to be 1 volt. So for this test, I'm just going to leave it on 1 volt scale because that'll allow the waveform to be big enough to see, but not so big that it's going to go off the screen or be covered up by our measurements right here. And if you need to move the waveform, you just push to the left one more time and it'll highlight this arrow right here. And from that point, you can push up and down again and actually move the waveform along the display. So our next menu over is the attenuation. So since this is a 5 volt circuit, we can just leave that on X1 because we don't need an attenuator. Next menu over is your time base. So for this, it really just depends on how long of a capture you're trying to get. So just for this example, I'm just going to set it to 200 milliseconds. Next menu over is your coupling. So we're going to leave that on DC coupling because we're working with DC voltage. And your last selection you can make over here on the right side is your trigger. So you can change the voltage at which the trigger is set. So since it's going to be a 5 volt circuit, I'm going to try to aim for halfway. So we'll try to go 2.5 volts. So now we need to make our connections. So I'm just going to use these automotive leads like this. It's going to be the same as using the factory leads set on 1X. And with our red lead, we're going to back probe the signal circuit just like that. And the other side, we're going to connect it to a ground. So this scope doesn't use a BNC connector. It uses this adapter right here. But you can take a BNC lead and attach it to it, and then it just pushes into the scope. So now you're ready to go. All we have to do is crank the vehicle up, and we should start getting a signal. So this is how our waveform looks with the trigger setting to auto. You also get your measurements up top, so we can see we've got a 5 volt max, a 0 volt min, and almost 5 volt point to point. If at any time you want to pause the waveform, you just push the run button and that will stop it. And you can push the run button again to start it back again. And with most any waveform, if you play around with the time base, you can actually zoom in and get a little bit better view of how the signal actually looks. So this is what it looks like at 200 microseconds. So I hope that helps. Like I said before, this is a good scope for what it costs just to get yourself in the habit of using the scope. So if you found this interesting or useful in any way, then follow me for more.